Hello, our new farmer students. I'm excited to have my 8th graders, now official 9th graders in high school. I wanted to talk to you a second. I'm Pam Flores, I'm the principal, about what high school's like. You will look back someday on your high school years and say, those were so fun. High school's like this time of spirit and growing and making good grades and getting ready for college that I think you're going to really, really like. So we're excited to have you.
It's a family feeling. It's hard to describe. You actually have to be a part of it. It's who you are on the inside, and it shows up in what we do on the outside.
And I just feel, that I really felt it last year winning the state championship and how the community and the school and the kids and the teachers and everybody just really, really pulled together in support of what we were doing. And that's where I really felt where Farmer Pride was.
And it's also being involved in your school and taking care of your business and making sure that you remember that whatever you do, you are representing Louisville.
And it's also getting involved in activities in your school, such as clubs.
I think Farmer Pride is all about integrity. It's all about who you are and doing the right thing. And I think when you have Farmer Pride, you make those right decisions, you make those hard decisions, and you are a person that you are proud to be because you're a person of integrity.
Farmer Pride is really like behaving in a way that be influential to like younger people. Like that's like going to games and respecting your teachers, getting your work done on time.
It's a spirit. It's a feeling about not only your school but your classmates. It's a very supportive atmosphere.
Farmer Pride. But what I always tell my students is to think about the I in Farmer Pride, and that is something that identifies them. And it's not, maybe being on the football team or maybe not being an avid, but not feeling like you have to contain yourself and put yourself in a box. It's what makes you get that feeling inside of you and, really finding that Farmer Pride.
You can display Farmer Pride by showing up at your school events, wearing your school colors, and never being afraid to say that you came from Louisville High School.
And you feel united, like a family, where other schools, they have pride and they have a lot of it, but Farmer Pride, it's more unique. It's over 115 years of passed down generations of pride and like this excitement and support in your school. No matter what the score is or how the game's going, kids will always be there and supporting their teams.
Farmer Pride is a feeling in the air. It's always around in Louisville, but you probably haven't realized it yet. Once you get to high school, it's this thing and it's just everywhere. It's around you. It's in your blood.
Farmer Pride is really hard to explain, but basically it's about being a family and supporting the school and just being that Farmer Pride and showing it.
Farmer Pride to me is having 3 different campuses, but feeling like you're all one family. You go to sporting events all together, you hang out all together, you're on teams, you're in clubs all together. You just feel like one family.
Our students, as a whole class, we're family. If you ask any of them, they're going to use the family word. We either do really great together and have block lunch, or if we mess up, we don't have block lunch as a family. We keep each other in check. Those 10th graders are going to be here to guide you and help you.
Classes, always do your work. It is so easy to fall behind, but if you start early and you do what you need to do, it's really easy to just keep on that roll and get good grades.
The advice I have for 9th graders is to really slow down and really take every day one at a time and not rush high school, because
just making sure that you don't think that, oh, that's just a small assignment, I don't need to, try, I can, just not think about that. Everything that you do really counts, and once you're a junior or a senior, it's kind of hard to change it if when you were a freshman and a sophomore, you didn't work hard to have the highest GPA you could, because it only gets harder.
I'll tell you, one of the most important things that I tell my 8th graders is when you walk in the Killough door, you need to make sure that you start right then doing your very best, because it's going to go, your grades are going to go on a transcript, and that transcript stays with you forever and ever and ever.
See, my advice would be is not to mess up your grades in 9th grade. Because constantly my friend says, oh, my class rank is bad because I messed up in 9th grade. That's not an excuse. That's pretty much your fault. What are you doing? So in 9th grade, I honestly think you should keep it simple and make sure you can do well in the classes you take.
I think my advice is a bit different. It's don't put yourself in too many things that you're overstretching your schedule. Be sure that you're doing the things that you want to be in and anything like that, but like Dewante said, use block lunch as an advantage and make sure you use it for schoolwork if you're feeling as if you're overstressed.
Finish and then block lunch opens up a lot of opportunities for you to join clubs or to hang out with your friends or enjoy lots of free time in the cafeteria. You can eat lunch 2 and 3 times, however many you want to fit in during that. But if you lose your focus on what you're doing in the classroom, then you're going to lose the ability to make those choices, and you'll begin to stay put, or you'll have lunch detention or mandatory tutoring and things. So if you'll choose to make your academics your biggest priority first, then you'll have plenty of time for all the fun things later.
Farmers, I encourage you to get involved in any clubs, sports, extracurricular activities. It really is going to make your high school experience very positive. Not only do you get to meet new people and make new memories, but you're also getting ready for college, so you have a lot to put on your college resume. Even though I want you to have lots of fun in high school, I always encourage you to treat school like a job. This is your job.
And my advice would be to ask questions. If you don't have an answer to something, you can't sit around and wait for somebody to tell you. Like, you really need to ask questions. If it's something you don't know, something you're concerned about, ask questions.
You need to be an advocate for yourself, meaning that this is the time starting now when you come to high school where you really need to learn that life skill about how do I ask for help when I need help, not only in the classroom, but also outside of the classroom.
Football games, softball games, pep rallies, dress-up days. Do you have some overalls? Very, very important that you have overalls. We'll have an overall decorating day.
What this year's 9th graders told me is that their favorite thing about high school was definitely there's more freedom. There's a lot more opportunities, and they really like the fact that they have more voice in what happens in their educational.
And what is my favorite thing about Killough would probably be the relationships that we form with our students. I'm always here to help, even with grades, schedules, anything.
My favorite thing is probably the fact that we're as tight-knit as we are. I feel like our staff and the administration we just really have a great rapport, not only with each other, but with our kids.
My favorite thing about Killough is Miss Flores. She's always happy, and she makes it a point to make everyone here feel welcome and feel safe.
Work. And just having 4 classes, it's a lot easier to keep up with all your work because I try to be as responsible as I can, and I try to go in during block lunch, and it's just a lot easier just having 4 classes a semester.
And another thing that's great about high school are the pep rallies, where you get the students from Harmon and Killough get to travel over to Maine.
I think I just love the atmosphere here. Everyone is so kind and so willing to help out. I don't think there's anyone at Killough who isn't doing well because they feel like they don't have that support. You can go to tutoring at any point in time, and the teachers are so supportive that I think if you are willing to put in the effort, that you have plenty of support here at Killough.
I think my biggest worry as a 9th grader would be that I thought my teachers were going to give me a whole bunch of homework, that my teachers were just going to throw stuff at me and I was expected to learn it and I really wasn't going to be helped with it. But I think as you see when you come into Killough, you'll see block lunch and how you can go into your teachers' rooms and they're really, really happy to help you, that you came in.
I heard that it was going to be really hard and the teachers weren't going to care and they were going to let you fail if you didn't get your work done. That definitely isn't true. The teachers here are caring and they want to help you to succeed in life.
I think their biggest worry is whether or not they'll be able to keep up with their work, whether or not they'll be able to do the work, and whether or not they'll be able to have opportunities. Like in middle school, you know how you can do a lot of stuff in middle school. And I think they worry about whether or not I'll be able to have AP classes plus be in band plus be in. I think they have a concern about that.
Oh, the other worry they had were that the teachers were going to be mean. But according to my students, they said the teachers are actually very nice.
I was worried about the principal because it was a new principal, and it's this new authority figure, and I hadn't known how she operated really. But the thing was, the first day I walked in, and I was sitting on a bench waiting for the bell to ring, and she walks down, and she's waving at you and smiling and saying, "How is your morning?" That was such an experience, and it made me so comfortable. And she'd ask my name, and she'd ask you how you are. She's so friendly, and she's so engaged with the students. And
What the ninth grader said was, in high school, it's really your choice whether you succeed or fail. That the teachers are going to be there for you, but you just have a lot more responsibility to get the work done yourself. It's kind of your choice.
Because, well, it's more free. You get to do more, and everything's at a higher level. Everything is more fun. Electives are more interesting. Everything just gets better.
What are the teachers like at Killough? They're going to challenge you. They're going to hold you to high standards. They're going to expect you to work hard. They're going to expect you to be the best, and so am I as the principal. And what are they going to do for you? They're going to love you a lot. They're going to encourage you a lot. They're going to be there to help you. We have that hour block lunch, and that's very special because you can go and make up your stuff and get extra help. I think you're going to really love them. I think these teachers are super creative and amazing. I never had teachers like that. They're really cool. So I think you'll really like them. Be sure you love them and treat them well because they're going to treat you really great. I want to tell you about your sister principals here and your principal, Miss Flores. We want you to be the best kids ever. I want you to be good adults and good citizens. So we're going to hold you to incredibly high standards, probably higher than you've ever been held to. Just with your language, with your public display of affection, with dress code, we expect you to be the best. So we're pretty strict, so get ready for that. But we also are pretty fun, so I think there's a really good balance.
It was like the teachers, I walked in and they were so nice and so caring, and they actually want to get to know you. They don't just, you're not just another student to them.
But our teachers here are really nice, and they care a lot. And, I mean, they help you become a better person, not just your grades. So it's like kind of helping you become well-rounded. And
definitely they're definitely unique. I think that they're probably some of the most caring people I've ever met, and I know if I have an issue, no matter what it is, I can go talk to them, and I never get judged or disrespected in any way. It's just I think the communication levels are really great, and I think that's what is the most important. They take time out of their busy schedules to focus on you, where most principals, they'll never come out of their office and they'll never talk to you about anything, but that's not the case here. They want to get to know their students and their teachers. I know I've heard teachers even talk about how great the principals are, and I mean, they work for them, and that's something you don't always hear a worker say, "Oh, my boss is great," but that happens here every day at Killough.
And in high school, I got to go and talk to them about schoolwork, about personal life. They're so open to you, and they're willing to give everything they have to help you.
And I think the teachers at Killough are really helpful, and they care about us a lot. And just having the open relationship between the principal and the teacher, you can email them anytime and ask. You can just email your principal and ask if, your outfit is okay, if it's in dress code, and she'll email you right back. Or you can just email your teacher if you didn't really get something in class, and she'll, send you videos. All of my teachers do that. And just having that open relationship, it just makes a really flexible environment.
You're coming to a great place. Lots of love, lots of hard work, and high expectations. So excited to have you.